everyone, welcome to the lecture series of PYQ. So we are continuing with the topic of physics. Let us begin with question number 1 of the day. This question I will rate it as one of the tough question, not because of the concept but because of the lengthy calculation that will appear in this question. So if such question appears in the exam where you find it difficult to calculate, it is safe to leave this question. Let us approach this question. 4 cars are hired at the rate of rupees 6 per kilometer. Suppose if I take a car, it is hired at rupees 6 per kilometer plus the cost of diesel at rupees 40 per liter. In this context, given below, which car maintained the maximum average speed? S is equals to Vt. V equals to S by T. T is given here. So once you find S, the answer would be, suppose A travels A kilometer divided by 20, B travels B kilometer divided by 25, C travels C kilometer divided by 24, D travels D kilometer divided by 22. Now our task is to find A, B, C, D. Got it? Now if we approach A, if A travels A kilometer, suppose A travels A kilometer. Now what will be the diesel required? The diesel that will be required will be A by 8 liters, and for that the charge would be rupees 40 plus 6 per kilometer, that is 6A. Yes or no? Is it clear? This cost is equals to 2120. It is given here. That means this getting cancelled gives you 5. 11A becomes 2120. A becomes 2120 by 11. So now calculate A speed. 2120 divided by 11 into 20. This getting cancelled, it is 212 by 22. Got it? So once you got 212 by 22, similarly you have to calculate B, C, D. So I'll leave this task to you people to calculate it, and you will get the answer to be A. A will be 9 point something, rest all comes around 7 and 8 and 8. Clear? So यहाँ पे कुछ trick use नहीं कर सकते. We have to calculate it. So it is better to leave this question in the exam, or else the concept remains this. Let us proceed to the next problem. Now in physics questions, or else in ratio proportion questions, we use a method of ratios. But I won't use that method here. Why? Because I have to target all the students present in the class and who are watching. So I will use the general method that is used, which can give you the accuracy. Ratio method is not understood by many of the students, hence they find it difficult to comprehend what is going on. So we will use the general method that is used to calculate the speed, distance, and the time. In that method, you will definitely easily solve it. Let us use that method and let you know how easily you can solve the problems. Let us go to question number 2 right now. In this question number 2, a person can walk a certain distance and drive back in 6 hours. Now suppose this is the distance. तीन चीज पे ध्यान देना है, speed, distance, time. Now here distance is fixed, so distance is d. Complete layman knowledge of S is equals to Vt पे solve हो जाएगा सारा questions. कैसे देखो? Now suppose this is the distance d. A person will walk a certain distance, that means suppose uses W kilometer per hour, and will drive back again at suppose P kilometer per hour. Got it? Now here he can also walk in 6 hours. So that means the total time taken will be 6 hours. अगर S is equals to Vt का formula use करेंगे, so D becomes Wt1, the first one, and in the next lap D becomes Pt2. Now the time is what? D by W plus D by P is equals to 6 hours. He can also walk both ways in 10 hours. बोथ वेज वर्क करना है, d/w plus d/w is equals to 10 hours. So that means 2 times of d/w will be equals to what, 10 hours. तो d/w कितना हो जाएगा, 5 ना. अगर d/w 5 है, d/p कितना हो जाएगा, 1. अगर d/p 1 है, it has asked to how much time will it take to drive both ways. Drive both ways will be 2 times of d/p, that is 2 into 1, that is 2 hours. Solved. Got it? श्योर शॉर्ट आंसर निकाल सकते हो अगर ये वाला क्लियर है आपको. S इक्वल्स टू VT, ये फॉर्मूला यूज करना है. S इक्वल्स टू VT, क्या नोन है, क्या निकालना है, सॉल्व करना है. नो नीड टू अप्रोच द रेशियो मेथड. यू माइट फाइंड इट डिफिकल्ट, बट यस, दैट इज वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इजीएस्ट मेथड ऑल्सो. बट वो कैसे होगा? लेट अस सी दैट हाउ रेशियो मेथड वर्क्स. इन रेशियो मेथड what you will be doing is the same logic will work. Now suppose the fellow distance remains the same. Speed का रेशियो कितना होगा? Speed will be W is to D. Now you know S is equals to VT में अगर स्पीड बढ़ेगा, if V increases T decreases, तो टाइम का रेशियो उल्टा हो जाएगा. टाइम becomes D is to W. Now it says that both he can also walk in total 6 hours. तो अगर इसको मैं D मान लेता हूं तो ये वाला 6 minus D हो जाएगा. He can walk both ways in 10 hours. He can walk both ways in 10 hours. This is the walking time. So 2D becomes 10 hours. So D becomes 5. If D becomes 5, this becomes 1. So ड्राइविंग का स्पीड है 1 यूनिट. तो अगर टाइम निकालना है तो कितना हो जाएगा, 2. दैट मीन्स 2 hours. Got it? This is the ratio logic. Not everyone would find it easy, but I would suggest use this method, S equals to VT method. You will definitely get the answer in all the questions, right? Let us proceed to the next problem. Again, I will be using the S equals to VT method. Without reading the question, I will write S equals to VT, where S is the distance, V is the speed, T is the time. A worker reaches his factory 3 minutes late if his speed from his house to the factory is 5 km per hour. So distance from house to factory is same. So अगर distance S है, now if this is the time, original time उसका T है. Suppose original time उसका T है. नहीं, original time छोड़ दो. If a worker reaches his factory 3 minutes late if his speed from the house to the factory is 5 km per hour. अगर उसका speed 5 km per hour है, S equals to S remains S, this is 5, तो T1 will be what, S by 5. लेकिन ओरिजिनल टाइम से ये 3 मिनट्स कम है. 3 मिनट्स मतलब S by 5 माइनस 3 by 60 hours. ये इसका टाइम यहां पे मिला. दिस इज द टाइम which we got by taking 5 km per hour, but it is 3 minutes late. That means 3 minus 60 hours, इतना hours होगा. If he walks at a speed of 6 km per hour, then he reaches the factory at 7 minutes early. So S by 7 हो जाएगा, क्योंकि 7 km per hour पे चल रहा है 6 km per hour. तो X by 6, उसमें क्या होगा कि will reach 7 minutes earlier. So that will be 7 by 60 hours. दोनों का टाइम सेम हो जाएगा या नहीं? अगर हम 3 मिनट इससे घटा रहे हैं, लेट है, सॉरी लेट है मतलब ऐड होगा, सॉरी 3 मिनट्स लेट, दैट मीन्स ओरिजिनल टाइम से अगर दिस इज द टाइम, इफ द फेलो पर्सन टेक्स 10 मिनट्स, so that means will reach 3 minutes late मतलब will take 13. so that means सब्ट्रैक्ट करने से ओरिजिनल टाइम हो जाएगा, यहाँ पे ऐड करने से ओरिजिनल टाइम होगा. क्लियर? नाउ बोथ द टाइम्स विल बी सेम और नॉट. I have added that 3 minutes, that means subtracted because it was 3 minutes late, और यहाँ पे मैंने 7 minutes add किया है, तो दोनों का टाइम सेम हो जाएगा या नहीं? Now we will solve it. The distance of the factory. Let us find S. S by 5 minus S by 6 will be 10 by 60 hours. That means 1 by 6 hours. Yes or no? Clear? This will be 1 by 6. S by 5 minus S by 6 will be what? S by 30 equals to 1 by 6. Now this is kilometer per hour, this is hour. So total answer will be in kilometer. S will be 5 kilometers. So the answer would be 5 kilometer. Is it clear? Got it? Let us proceed to the next problem. two cars, again S equals to VT method, two cars start each other towards each other. यहाँ पे relative speed का concept लगेगा, but I'm not using it right now. I will use this method so that I will ensure that everyone can solve using this method. Two cars start towards each other. This is car 1 will go towards this side. This is car 2 will come towards this side, which are at a distance of 160 kilometer. Got it? They start at the same time at 8:10 a.m. If the speed of the car are 50 kilometer per hour, this is 50 kilometer per hour and this is 30 kilometer per hour. That means who will travel faster? Car 1 will travel faster. Now, who will travel faster? C1 will travel faster. So, C1 reaches here. C2 reaches also here. Now, you can appreciate this fact. When we measure them, both will take the same time or not? Yes or no? They will meet. Suppose आप 8:10 से ये शुरू कर रहा है और ये भी शुरू कर रहा है. They will meet together. That means both have traveled the same time. Their distance might differ. So, if this travel x distance, this will travel 160 minus x distance. If this travels at 50 kilometer per hour, this will travel at 30 kilometer per hour. दोनों का अगर टाइम सेम है, that is s by v, so your answer would be x by 50, that is s by v equals to 160 minus s by 30. अगर आप इसको सॉल्व करोगे, you will get 8x equals to 160. So x becomes what? कहाँ पे गलती हो गया है क्या? Just a minute. 0 0 getting cancelled. 50 kilometer per hour. I found the mistake. This will be 50. This will be 30. So this becomes 30x equals to 50 into 160 minus 50x. 80x becomes 50 into 160. X becomes 50 into 20. Got it? इतना किलोमीटर. So अगर x 50 into 20 kilometers है, so what will be the total hours? The total hours would be, sorry, 50 into 2. 50 into 2 kilometers है और उसका स्पीड है 50 किलोमीटर पर आवर. द टोटल आवर्स विल बी 2 hours. So 2 hours means 8:10 पे शुरू कर रहा है and will reach at 10:10. Clear? I hope you have got it. Let us proceed to the next problem. Again, I will write s equals to vt. In a 500-meter race, suppose this is the 500-meter race. B starts 45 meters ahead. This is B's position, this is A's position. 45 meter lead हो गया है B को, but A wins the race while B is still 35 meters behind. A completes this 500 meter. When A reaches 500 meter, B will be 35 meter behind. दोनों का टाइम सेम हो जाएगा, डिस्टेंस अलग है, स्पीड अलग है, राइट? दोनों का टाइम क्यों सेम होगा? बिकॉज द रेस टाइम इज सेम. क्लियर? फॉर A traveled how much distance? 500 मीटर. ए का स्पीड अगर 1 किलोमीटर पर आवर है और ए एक्स वाई जेड कुछ भी, गॉट इट? टाइम कितना लगेगा? एस इक्वल्स टू वीटी है, टी बिकम्स एस बाय वी, दैट इज 500 बाय ए. बी का कितना टाइम लगेगा? बी हैज ट्रेवल्ड हाउ मच? यहां से 45 मीटर, यहां पे 35 मीटर कम, दैट मीन्स 45 35 विल बी 80. 500 से 80 हटा देंगे, 420. So B will travel how much? 420 by B. अगर B का स्पीड B है. It has asked you what is the speed ratio. Ratio of the speed of A is to B. So A is to B कितना हो जाएगा? That is same as A by B. So how to find it? 500 by A is to 420 by B. So what will be A by B? कितना होगा? Because what is this one? These two are same. Why? Because these two are timings. Yes or no? So 500 by A is equals to 420 by B. Now A by B will be what? A by B will be 500 by 420. That is equals to 50 by 42, which is equals to 25 by 21. Is it clear or not? Got it? So the answer would be 25 by 21. I'm explaining it again. See, I will write S equals to Vt. Now suppose this is the racetrack of A, this is the racetrack of B. I will make this table. I will write S, I will write V, I will write T. Clear? How much A has traveled? ए पूरा कंप्लीट किया 500 मीटर, सो द डिस्टेंस इज 500 मीटर। वी सपोज ए है, टोटल टाइम कितना लगेगा 500 बाय ए। आई एम नॉट कन्वर्टिंग इट बिकॉज आई डोंट रिक्वायर इट। लेकिन बी यहाँ पे 45 मीटर आगे था, पहुंचा 35 मीटर कम, सो दैट मीन्स टोटल डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल उसका कितना हुआ 420 मीटर। इसका स्पीड अगर बी है तो टाइम कितना लगेगा 420 बाई बी। ये दोनों टाइम सेम होना चाहिए क्योंकि रेस्ट टाइम सेम होता है, नहीं तो ए खत्म करके चला जाएगा बी भागता है, ऐसा थोड़ी होगा। 500 बाई ए 420 बाई बी दोनों सेम है, हमें चाहिए ए बाई बी। ए बाई बी कितना हो जाएगा 500 बाई 420, so the answer would be what 25 by 21. Is it clear? Got it? Let us proceed to the next problem. Again I will write s equals to vt. Two cities A and B, suppose this is A, this is B, are 360 kilometer apart. So distance what 360 kilometer. So this changes into 360 equals to vt. 8 goes from A to B with a speed of 40 kilometer per hour, goes at a speed of 40 kilometer per hour. So अगर ये 40 हो गया, so T becomes what 9 hours. यहाँ पे B goes from returns to A with a speed of 60 kilometer per hour. So total time कितना लगेगा यहाँ पे 6 hours. What is the average speed of the car? Total distance कितना हो गया 720. A जाएगा फिर वापस भी आएगा, total time कितना है 15. 720 by 15. So the answer would be 48 kilometers per hour. Is it clear? Got it? Now let us proceed to the next problem. Very good question. We'll again use the S equals to VT method. हर जगह use करूंगा वही method. A freight train left Delhi for Mumbai at an average speed of 40 km per hour. This is the freight train which moves from Delhi to Mumbai at a average speed of 40 km per hour. Is it clear? Now suppose the distance is D. डिस्टेंस डी है, स्पीड 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर है, ये वाला लॉजिक यूज करेंगे, टाइम कितना लगेगा डी बाई 40. इज इट क्लियर? 2 hours लेटर an express train left Delhi for Mumbai following the freight train on a parallel track at an average speed of 60 km per hour. तो 2 hours के बाद अगर ये 40 किलोमीटर पर आवर पे जा रहा है तो 2 hours के बाद वो कहां पे होगा, यहाँ पे होगा. दिस विल बी द ट्रेन 1 at a distance of what 80 kilometers away from the next train which is beginning at a speed of 60 km per hour. Yes or no? Now the question is how far they would meet again. Now if they meet at this place, understand this diagram. ऐसा डायग्राम होगा जब शुरू हो रहा है, it is already ahead by 80 km. This is the train 2 will begin, this is the train 1. Now suppose they meet at this place. Train 1 will travel x kilometer, train 2 will travel x प्लस 80 किलोमीटर. दोनों का टाइम सेम होगा या नहीं? स्पीड अलग है, ये स्पीड 40 पे जा रहा है और ये स्पीड 60 पे जा रहा है ना. दोनों का टाइम अगर सेम है तो कितना होगा? अब देखो x बाय 40 विल बी इक्वल्स टू x प्लस 80 बाय 60. यस और नो? नाउ इफ यू सॉल्व इट दिस बिकम्स 60x इक्वल्स टू 40x प्लस 3200. so 20x becomes 3200, x becomes 160. now अगर x 160 है तो total distance after what distance they will meet, how far from the Delhi would the express train meet the freight train from Delhi? 240 kilometers. so the answer would be 240 kilometers. एक logic s equals to vt, उसमें सारा question solve हो जाएगा. got it? so I hope you have enjoyed the lecture. until then have a great day. Bye bye, take care. We will see you again in the next class. Jai Hind.